Proceed.
Got it. Thank you. So yeah, welcome everybody. Our good friend Larry here in the group suggested, and I think it was a good suggestion, that we can look at some multi-way pre-flop spots just to make sure we're understanding our ranges. We'll look at small blind, big blind, some of the differences where we can flat. I think some people may be over folding in the big blind multi-way, or even over calling in some spots. So yeah, we'll take a look at a few different spots. And since when it goes multi-way here and we do call correctly, the hand's over and it's dead. So one cool little exercise I think I'll do is I'll call on one of you, and then you'll just do 5 spots because it's quick. You know, you'll just make 5 decisions on a pre-flop action, and then we'll move on, kind of look at the ranges and make sure we're kind of nailing it.
This will be funny because I think people are probably over calling from the big blind and under calling from every other position. So this should be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's, or you got to be kind of tighter in as well. I did a bunch of these hands yesterday, so I feel like I'm fairly versed in how we should be playing. Hell yeah, I cheated, of course. in studying, you have to. We got to study, pre-study.
Coach can't come in looking bad.
Excuse me.
The coach can't come in looking bad.
No, I'm not.
So you just got to be.
Know what the hell's going on?
Six and I have talked about this a lot. Like you just have to be used to looking like an idiot all the time, like me. Then you just grab a Coke, a smoke, and wing it, and things turn out okay most of the time.
Yeah, this is gonna be bad.
I looked like a genius last night.
So we'll do it a few different ways because there's a few different. Our range will certainly contract the earlier the raise and the call. But there's a lot of similarities between range. In this exact situation, we're going to go with the hijack raise, and we're going to just start at 25 and kind of play around and see the differences between like a 20 big stack with the raise and the call. We'll go up to deeper stacks and see how much more we get to call. We'll mix up the position, since a lot of the work today is going to be pre-flop, right? So, and then we'll get to when we 3-bet and look at post-flop as well. But right off the gate, I think this looks good. In this particular situation, I want us to be in the small blind. So button call, small blind, just click it there. In the big
the one downside about the train here, because I was actually trying to do this earlier in the week with the guys that I coach, and you have to pick a spot and stick with it and then change the spot.
Yeah, you have to come back down here and just change it. I have to make sure I do it right as well if it keeps putting me here.
And you have to stick with one stack size.
Yeah, I have to also think about our range here. I was messing around and doing it different. We'll keep it a little wider here. Let me think about where we're not playing for sure.
He's setting it up first. I'll share the screen in a sec.
Excuse me.
Don't forget to share the screen.
Oh my God, I thought I was sharing it and you disabled it. Bro, I'm sitting here clicking around thinking I'm sharing the damn screen. Griefed it. Here.
I got you. Hang on. You're good.
My bad. All right. My bad. All right, cool. Mr. Cap. How you doing, sir? Are you playing right now? Would you like to do this?
Yeah, I'm playing, but that's fine.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to give you 5 spots from here, and then we're going to look at the trainer. We're going to look at the exact range here, and then we're going to kind of refresh and train ourselves to kind of memorize our ranges in the spot. So hijack raise, button call. You're in the small blind here with 6s. What are you doing?
Well, 6s, I'm going to jam.
Yep, mostly jamming. We'll do. It's going to be
I'm going
quick.
to jam like most of my pairs up to jacks. I wonder if we have a not all in 3-bet at 25.
You probably do with like kings and
Thinking like aces, kings, ace, king suited, like 3-bet jam, and like not all in, maybe like I mean 3-bet not all in, maybe like ace 10 off.
I'm just going to leave some of this.
The weird thing about this 6s is that we can't cheat and look at the range, because once you look at the range, then everyone's just going to get the answer right every time.
No, but you won't get it right every time. And I think that's part of the exercise. And what's good about doing this, you show the range once, but you have to nail it, right? And do it a few different times. And then when you're in game, it becomes easier. And that's why we're here. Sure. Like that's, you know, we probably won't spend the time doing it ourselves always. And this is our opportunity to do that. Here with 7-8 cap, what are you doing? Calling,
Folding.
squeezing, folding, too tight. I think you got to call.
You got to call too.
It's mixing, 0 EV for both, but mostly calling. So, okay, we'll look at that. So next hand. Squeeze, fold, call.
Fold.
100%. And then we're going to look at it. This is an interesting one.
Right smack in the middle.
This isn't gonna play well if I get called, so I'm actually gonna, I mean, this might be like a 3-bet bluff fold. I don't know if we got 3 bets at this stack depth. I'm gonna fold.
Never folding.
I think we call, right?
Ever
Oh, look,
folding.
mostly jamming.
Yeah. Mostly
That's a tough
jamming.
one.
You got to be pip this. You can never ever fold.
I can get behind jamming. I don't wanna call it though.
Calling,
calling
calling
is
right? So
okay.
like,
Just gonna be out of
Yeah.
position a lot to 2 people, and then we fold, so, well, this is a.
Dude, it's not
3-bet
that bad.
fold, right?
Yeah, we get like nervous and we like, you can't have the monsters under the bed mentality. Like, I'm going to call here and they're going to have better aces and I'm going to hit an ace and something bad's going to happen. We can't always have that mentality. I think this is going to be a reasonable flat at some frequency for
it's one of those
sure.
things where
So
on
I'm
this
not
stack depth,
scared. My reasoning is I'm gonna often be out of position to the field when I call, especially
Yeah.
when the flag comes along, so that kind of sucks. But then my real question is is it a 3-bet fold? And I imagine it is, right?
Yeah.
If you 3-bet and they jam, we're gonna fold, right?
can you change move? Oh,
We can look at
that
it.
in practice.
Yeah, we can look at it in practice.
One
it
thing
either
I'll
That's
say
why,
way.
like,
is
I'm
the
unsure
cool
what to
thing-
do versus other actions. I don't really wanna get out of line unless I really know.
We can just
what I'm
squeeze
supposed to
jam
do.
there.
Yeah.
Just squeeze jam or
Jams,
cannot-
I mean, jam's easy, right? So if we do that.
can't
that's-
fold.
You
Yeah,
can't fold,
just
but
can't fold.
here's the thing too about the cool thing about calling is that like when you hit the draw, you always got the nuts. And on this stack depth, if you hit an ace and go broke, it's never really a mistake.
Right.
Calling isn't too bad.
I think you got one more here.
Fold.
All right. Let's take a quick look. We'll call on somebody else to check it out. Here is the damn range. As we do this next time, you better not get it wrong.
Not a lot of 3-bet, no jam.
So we are 3-betting
ace and
aces,
king.
kings, ace, king suited, ace
Yep.
10 off I had, and then I was thinking some maybe of these wheel type aces, but they're not. They're just gonna wanna rip.
One important thing right away, stop folding the damn suited aces to
Right.
late
I mean, look
position.
at-
Don't do it.
King
you
8,
know?
queen
Yeah.
9. People are missing those for sure.
100%. I mean, this king eight's break even as hell. You know, we're not like doing, it's not making any money. It's in there barely. Like if you want to take off some of this super bottom of the range because you don't feel like you're playing great or you're not, like I can understand some of these 0 EV folds.
I mean, I would argue you probably can't take out king 8 because look at the frequency. It's so much, but definitely like king 7, king jack,
Yeah, I mean,
And
you want to
eight.
be in there. Yeah, like
4, 5.
you don't want to overfold this. Just get comfortable. Just get comfortable being uncomfortable, knowing this is something you have to do. Otherwise, you're making a mistake, and then you're knowingly playing bad poker. If you see this, you know, I think it's okay to exploit and mix that sometimes, but we certainly should be applying this strategy.
Also,
I got a question about.
Also,
eating
notice the squeezes from the paint. A lot of people are flatting paint. It's pure jams.
What was your
Right,
question?
Yeah, about balancing our raising range to balance the aces and the kings. Now, I don't know if it's necessary to balance pre. So, you know, we're raising aces and kings exploitatively, and we're balancing that with, say, a raise of the queen jack suited or a raise of the jack 10 suited. But I don't really know if it's necessary to balance. I wonder if it's fine just pure raise aces and kings and not balance it by raises from the other parts of the range.
Yep. The answer is yes. If you want to split your range in a stakes your plan and only have a raising range, just it's aces and kings, not a damn soul at the stakes or the regs you're playing against are going to note it, pick it up, or anything. You're
Yeah.
likely not going to get sample sizes large enough on Iggy or something like that. And a sample size where everybody's just playing against themselves once. Hell yeah, you can split your range. People always kind of frown upon it because they want to play GTO like a bot. No, it's okay. It's
I mean,
okay.
even when you look at this, it's not that balanced, right?
No, hell no,
They got a
it's
few
not.
little bluffs sprinkled in there, but it's pretty much only aces and kings, right?
Yeah, it's using like fives and then block like ace.
Yeah, little ace
blockers.
10, little queen jack. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
mean,
like this queen, jack, jack 10 suited, I imagine they're calling off fives. I probably fold.
Come on, Cap.
I don't know what
yeah,
to do. Like
Raise
ace 7
here.
suited, ace 8 suited, probably
I'm
fold.
never
Ace 9
folding.
off probably folds.
Raise
So
here
it's-
and make the hijack jam. I'm gonna go back to study.
You're just gonna, I mean, when you balance your range,
Raise to
the very
7.
bottom folds.
And then have the hijack jam and the button fold. So there you go.
Yeah. I mean, you're
So
folding
see,
that.
these get in there and fold. The fives don't fold though. I thought they would fold.
Can't fold a pair.
If I can't
But
fold.
ace 10
Pair?
off does mostly fold. King, jack call. I thought it would. Jack 10
Made a
call. I
bad fold
thought
a
it
pair
would.
last night.
Just folding the shitty aces basically because you're dominated so much.
Yep. So there you go, Cap. All right, who's next on the chopping block? Larry, you asked for this shit.
All right, I think this is a fold.
No, I mean this. Here we go.
So I don't think you get the flat this. I think you go through blocker and you shut it.
Shove it. Mixing, right?
Yeah, it's the same as ace 7, right?
But I think this one might call a little
I
bit
thought this was
more.
a full
But
call.
this is
This
you
is-
think this one feels like a call more than anything, but he wants to
Yeah,
rip it.
ace-
Yeah, this one feels like a
Ace,
call one.
ace 6 ends up
Just because it's the
that
shittiest
island.
ace.
Yeah. So a lot of times it's gonna be that call when everything else is a rip or a 3.
Is that
All right.
because it pull the wheel? Is that the value?
We'll look at it at the end, but yeah, we're not jamming like all of our suited aces. And it's mostly like the ace 8, ace 9 suited and ace 7. Ace 7's like 50-50, and then it gets significantly more as suited aces go up, right?
Yeah, it gets way more of a flat.
Yeah. Mistake. This one's folding. I'm not giving you an easy one, so you've only done one. Now what?
This is interesting. I don't know. I think it gave my call, but I think it's probably gonna want to shove.
You want to shove?
I really do need to study these spots. I'm glad that we
Yeah, we just looked at the chart too, and it's still hard to play. Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
I think this is a shove.
I think it's just a.
Pure
It's
jam.
the suited nines.
This
Do
one was a jam.
unblock the 10x, Jack X, Queen X that we can get the fold. All in 77. Yeah, this is good call. That's 2. Snapped off and dead, of course.
Not dead.
Not dead.
Still got toe equity.
Toe equity.
I thrive in those spots.
How about A7 off here, Larry?
Shove.
Oh man.
Shut. What'd you say? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I think this is a shove.
Woo.
I don't remember the offsuit aces.
I think it's full.
I think I do. I think it's a
Yeah,
fold.
I think we start at like ace
It's
9
ace
off.
9.
plus.
Ace 9 mixes.
Eh.
Hold
Oh, you got snapped.
Call by
off. By
worse.
worse. So you've done 3. Make it nothing easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shove.
Yeah, these are the snap easy ones. 92%. Called by worse. Nice.
Fold.
Yeah. You know that one. That's now our bread and butter. How about this?
This is a shove.
Yep. 90%. It actually mixes that a little bit. All right.
Now that's one change I make because it is so hard to play middle pair out of position multi-way. I don't think I would ever flat these. I would
It's easy to
flat
get
them
called.
deeper 'cause
There's no flat.
There's
Yeah,
no
it's easy to get
flat,
called
yeah.
by worse. You have the best hand a lot.
Yeah. All right. So there's your 5. How did you do? I think you missed 2.
have a
And
lot-
nailed 3 and had some questions about some other spots, but let's go back to, let me just do this. I know what to do. Let's just go like this, then do this. Make sure we'll do one more person after this, and then we'll switch the spot to EP open at this stack depth, or I might keep it here and go deeper stack depth and see how much more we're playing and whatnot, you know? So here we go again. You can see ace 6 is that kind of island there that's purely flatting. Ace deuce is in there as well. Ace 5 pure jamming. Ace 4, you can almost do whatever you want. The EV is going to be close. Yep, strategy plus EV. So EV's pretty close for this, calling higher. And then the rest of these suited 9s, you can just jam. Your best suited 9s, these want to call. All right, we've had an opportunity to look at this. Now we're going to do this again. The last person missed 2 after looking at this.
Hey, 6s, you might want to remove some of the junky suited hands too, just so those don't keep coming up.
I know. And after we've seen it, I mean, I wanted to do that, but at the same time, like, they can be kind of trap hands for some portion of the people who like to flat that spot with, like, you know, Jack 7 and stuff like that.
Nice.
Just
Well, I was talking like the
the real dog
junky
shit.
deuces, 4, 3s, 4s,
Yeah,
just the
fair
absolute
enough.
dog shit.
Just to speed it up a little bit, so I don't have as many clicks to get through. That's fair. And I think this is what I did when I was doing it by myself yesterday too. And I was like, just going to the shit that I knew I wasn't going to play.
Yeah, maybe about
No,
that.
it doesn't even call this. Like, it doesn't play the suited 7s ever. Doesn't come here. Like, it becomes kind of
just,
easy, but it showed you, like, even clicking through the range and doing this exercise, right?
Yeah.
And then seeing it come up is good for you, because
Yeah,
by virtue of even clicking through and doing this stuff, right? It gives you, it helps you visualize in game how we should be playing the spot. And then
We
it just
get
comes
through
down
it.
to like frequencies. Like, now what?
We get through it fast too. So.
Yeah, we'll get it. And then we're going to mix it up. When it gets deeper, I'm going to add in the suited 6s and 7s
Yep.
and C as well when we get to 40 big blinds plus when we do this spot. All right, Beats. How you feeling?
yeah,
I mean, yeah, I mean, we're going to snap through some of these and see how you feeling.
fold.
99%. Okay.
Jam.
55% of the time we're jamming this. The other frequencies, 15, 16% of the time we're doing this. And then we're
And then a
calling
very
some.
small percent. Yeah.
Yeah, 16%, 30%, 16. Yeah, that's what it is. So nothing changes there. You can't make a mistake. And if some inflection points in tournaments, you don't want to rip it in, or this opponent is tight, or if you feel like this player is trapping, you're allowed to have these feelings. And like, the difference between one of your options here is going to change. If this is an aggressive ass opponent raising, or just a good opponent raising, and this guy's kind of just a battler who likes to play a lot of pots, it's always a jam, right?
I have another question. Can we
Yes.
actually train with this at, like, say 50% of the field left?
No,
Is this
not in
Preflop
this.
Academy?
No.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yes. In Preflop Academy, you can.
We don't have that, right?
Correct, not yet.
Okay.
There's a trainer in Preflop Academy too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
got different ICM spots. It's really
Yeah,
cool.
like, I was playing with it
I know
last
about
week.
the ICM.
with,
25%.
Yeah, I got a buddy who's a coach at BBZ. We study once a week, and we use that, and we go with 25% of the field left and stuff like that.
What do you guys think about the pre-flop ninja? I know the cash games are not implemented yet, but what do you guys think about that pre-flop ninja? Is that
I
good?
haven't seen that product.
No idea. I'm not used to it at all.
Map fold.
A couple more just fly through. Interesting.
Fold.
EV pipping.
Fold.
Ooh, I think we need suited 9. Fold.
Suited 9s.
100%. Suited 9s. Yeah, you need your suited 9s in. Part of the exercise here at 25 versus raise and call, you need a suited 9. I think I want to mix it up. V pipping. How about for your suited kings? Is this one of our 0
suited
EV calls?
kings, 7s are gonna mix. I'm gonna fold this.
He's on it. Yeah, you need 7s mixing. Only suited 6 you get to play a 6-7, a 6. in here. So now we mix it up now. Now we make it deeper. You can only do one stack that when you do it this way. Let's go 50 bigs, right? It messed it up because I can see it was doing this to me yesterday.
Yeah, you have to reset your positions.
Yep.
We get it a bit harder, it'll be more bluffs, I think.
So, and then we have the button call. And then it gets the small blind. Hands, we're gonna add in more hands. And none of that dog shit's playing. I think that's good. Let's see if it ever mixes these frequencies when we're deeper. Do we get to, well, that's never playing. That's never playing. That's never playing. Okay, does it mix this kind of a range? See if it gets us right. All right, who do we have out there? Paul, you want to try this, buddy? If you're interested.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Oh, there's two Pauls. It's fine. Come on, Paul, get in here.
All right. Answers first.
Yes, Paul Hernandez, let's go. So what are you doing here? We're not going to cheat and look at the ranges first. This is just going to be all on your intuition or your experience. You folding, calling, or what?
I think it mixes folding and raising. Raise. Wait. 47 big. I think you could raise here. You're at a position 9.9.
That'd be
Yeah,
interesting.
but,
I mean,
well, hold on a second. This is unsuited. Jackson,
you've
unsuited.
clicked in the bet. You've clicked the button. Hold on a second, dealer. I
Hold
didn't
on.
mean to do that.
My first hand. Let me get warmed up here.
Get those chips back.
Come on. I mean, you raising?
Yeah, you're out of position.
You can never ever. You don't want to use this combo, at least. You know, I
I mean,
think
it's always suited.
I don't
Yeah.
even think like king 10 probably folds, like king.
And we're at B.
Jack might fold.
What about Jackson suited? What does that do?
Well, you get to play a pot where we griefed it, and now you have to pay for
Yeah,
your
yeah.
sins by playing this hard ass spot post flop. Maybe we got top pair. Now what are you doing, sir? You're gonna have to shoot your way out or something since we're here.
Yeah, well, we're up against the
Button.
aggressor. Yeah.
We're the aggressor. We three
Yeah,
bet.
you 3-bet in this scenario.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna go ahead and do 12 here.
It's gonna not give you your result because we're out of range.
Hey, I know, but
Yeah.
we are going to play a hand of poker. We already own a flop.
But
We
it's
have to
gonna
play.
be it's gonna be all no answers.
It doesn't matter. We have the answer right in front of us. We want to
playing-
win poker hand. We're playing a
we're-
hand of poker, man. That's
We're
it.
playing,
He
we're
just
playing
wants to see it through.
Yeah, he's gonna finish this situation through. And then we'll get through the other spots. I know, but we're just gonna play poker. What are you doing here, Paul? Be quick.
This is possible, not GTO. Right here, I'm gonna bet 12, about half pot.
This is Paul's poker now.
I would bet. I think that's reasonable.
You got to
think that's
bet
reasonable.
small, no?
Now what?
Yeah.
No, I mean, look at the SPR. Now what? You just jamming? Or are you checking or what? Be quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna jam here. Have to.
All right. I would just want to see snapped. Oh, don't even get to see if you
You
won or
can-
lost. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter. Squeezing or not with this ace queen at 50.
I am going to raise here. I'm gonna raise 9.9.
9.9. What do the rest of you guys think? I want you guys feel free to chime in here. What are your thoughts before we even look at it? And how do you approach this situation in game at 50?
I think we could mix here. I mean, we're up against low jack. It's still pretty tight. I mean, it could mix raising and
Okay.
calling.
I'm just gonna 3-bet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Kept three betting.
Gonna go like
Be 3-betting.
9-ish, 9.5, something like that.
The ace queen and ace king off here at 50 multi-way. I'm just jamming.
I mean, okay, there's the one
Close.
jam.
Buttons or
think
hijack
that,
button you might jam. I'm not sure about against the low jack though.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
So a hijack the later position, like to jam a little bit more.
In game, I
9.9.
jam this, but I'm pretty sure. In game, I 3-bet this, but I'm pretty sure it's a jam.
Yeah, 40 is the easiest jam of all time. And then at 50, you start questioning like,
We're 50.
I
Yeah,
know.
maybe-
That's what I
maybe
said. At 40, it's easy as hell.
okay.
Here at 50, it's like,
Maybe it mixes
maybe it's
raising.
mixing. Yeah.
raising and shoving,
All right, Paul. Paul was raising, so here we go. Yeah, you can mix raise, or it's just a
Yeah,
jam.
shove.
Well played, Jam Nation. I didn't hear one call. No one was calling, which is good. Calling is a mistake, and I see calls in hand histories. Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah,
I don't see this one often. When I don't see this happen a lot.
okay, so this is 9.9, we're at. What are the blinds here? What?
Dude, you were playing this hand at the beginning. Come
It's
on, you
one,
get-
two, one blind,
Thank you.
2 blinds. You raised it to not 10 and they jammed on you.
Yeah, come on, Cletus.
I mean, the
Yeah.
only thing we could do is just call here,
He's calling it off. Anybody folding?
call. We're-
Anybody?
I fold.
Nah,
50, I
I think you got to call.
Even the 3-better, it's the flatter.
I think it mixes, but mostly call and then some fold.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
I think
Paul's
call.
guessing.
yeah, he could have tens or
Call.
jacks,
Call
but
like-
might be wrong.
Oh, like ace jack, but I'm
Beats.
calling this.
folding ace jack, I'm calling ace queen.
Yeah, yeah.
Calls it off.
you could have ace queen too.
100%. Never ever
Yes.
folded. Like actually never folded. Even though like you're not like
Even though he's
losing
always
money.
got 8s here.
The button's flatting range at 50. It's got no aces, no kings. I guess it has a little bit of ace king.
Yep. And sayonara. That's okay. We got it right. Paul, you got 2 more hands to do here. You're gonna fold this one. I know
Fold,
it.
yep.
This, you doing anything? You squeezing or anything?
Oh, fold. Yes.
One more.
This is a good one.
Ah, okay, this is a good one. This is a good one. I
How you
think it makes.
feeling?
I'm not sure, but my brain's not sure. I think it mixes. I think it's you don't call here. Fold, mostly fold.
Mostly folding.
I don't know
Okay.
if I don't know if it mixes raise. I'm not sure. I think mostly fold. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm folding for sure if it's like under the gun wide open. Low jack, I'm unsure what to do here, but I think that's so I probably end up just folding too, honestly. I wouldn't be
Mostly
surprised if it 3
fold.
bets some.
Yeah, maybe raise or fold, but I'm not sure.
How are you feeling, Toe, about this?
Heavy fold, mixing. I don't know if it mixes raise. I feel like it mixes a little bit of call and mostly fold.
Yeah,
Everybody, yeah.
it is a wheel, so I mean, I guess you can call me.
Oh, you said fold, correct?
Yeah, I said fold.
Sixes, I was gonna say, what are you doing? Sixes?
Yeah, mix. Yeah, I guess mix is call and fold. Yes.
I mean,
but
it
no
has to
raise.
be.
No
It
raise.
doesn't
on
really
those.
like raising.
You said raise.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, in
Yeah,
this
I don't
spot,
know.
I'm looking for kind of weak opponents. Like if it's one weak opponent in the pot in a spot like this, I'm okay. If it's 2 solid regs and we're in a reasonable tournament, I feel like I'm just never gonna win this, not winning the pot enough in those kind of spots.
Raise is not even like it's
I
not
don't
that
know.
bad, but I mean, what if the low jack
If you
was
raise,
not
you
good
break
post
it.
flop?
Oops, I misclicked that. Fold,
Just-
I
whatever.
mean, I
All
guess
right,
you can, yeah.
If you raise, you
Now that
break
we've
it.
looked at a few, let's look at our range here. Pretty. So
That was fun.
a lot more flatting with our suited aces, not as much squeezing. Because obviously at 25 we can be all in a lot. We didn't get any king jack, queen jack, king 10 suited, any hands like that to squeeze all in, which is nobody is ever jamming queen
The
jack.
wheel
suited.
aces are out. They're just calling.
Yeah, we have
only
a lot more
calling.
flats and a lot more 3-bet no jams.
Yep. Ace queen suited, ace queen off ripping, king queen off. Interesting one there. King jack barely in there, ace 10 squeezing at some frequency, but de-pipping. And then as you could see here, 4, 5, 6, 5, 7, 6. We get to play our suited connectors and our suited 1-gappers when we get up to 10, 8, jack 9 and stuff like that. The suited kings don't change. Our suited 9s are still in there at the top of our, because they unblock stuff, so they still want to mix 3-bet, ace 9, king 9.
We were
And
ripping
then
the
this.
suited 9s at 25.
At 20, at 25, we're ripping this too, right? The
Yeah.
structure of this, and then we
Oh,
mix
like they're
jams
still
with our
3-bet.
ace X. We don't have as much of these flats as well. I think I couldn't remember. Maybe we had a little
Yeah,
bit.
no, there was no, pretty
There
much
was none of
those.
them, right? Yeah, and then we were just ripping the pairs. from fives plus.
Raising
Yeah.
those nines, I don't find
Ace
those.
nine, ace 10 mixing, this shit jamming. Okay. Now that we take one good look at it, because somebody's
You'll
about to
notice-
get called.
King nine suited's often raise hand. Just kind of one of those
Yeah.
hands that always gets in there.
Gotta remember that.
Who have I not called on out there? B money.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
10, 9, jack, 9.
Hold on, is
King
this the
nine.
same spot?
Yeah, now all you have to do is regurgitate the range you just saw in game. Just like you're gonna have to do tonight when you play.
Just
it's gonna be
don't
the-
choke.
Yeah. You see what happened with Larry? He had the jitters when we called on him. No, I'm kidding. I got to needle you a little bit. All right. I mean, this one, you're going to start fresh.
I got the jitters watching somebody else play.
Yeah.
All right. Tens.
Shove.
He's shoving all of them. Was tens in there for an all in?
Oh, yeah.
It was obviously tens. Easy jam. Beautiful. Called by worse. Beautiful. Nines.
This mixes. You could shove or you could. I think it's mostly 3-bet. It's mixed, so you could go either raise or all in.
Which one do you want to do here? You want to go raise?
Raise. Yeah.
Ooh, you're gonna get flatted by the solver. I can't wait. He's raising, and it's mostly raising. Good call there. On the frequencies as well. Mostly raising. Going all in is okay.
Yeah, 9 is a cuss. all in or-
Oh, we broke it. Yeah, they both called broken. Okay,
Oh,
that
yeah.
one's over.
It went multi-way.
Yeah, it's over.
Now
It
you're gonna
kept
pull the
happening.
pot out of position. Fucking first act with nines.
Versus
Ultimate hell.
versus perfect players. Versus perfect poker players.
With an overcard on the board.
Dang.
You start mixing with
Fold.
9s.
Yep.
Fold.
Let me just give you a few, and then I'll tell you when to stop when I feel like it's good.
This is a value 3-bet, 9.9.
Value 3-bet, not all in.
Not a shove.
Me
All
like it
suited
a
is
lot.
shove, that's- Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
I see.
and people who jam this,
Ace king suited. Always
bad.
3-bet no jam.
blunder. Jammed on, you're snapping, you're never folding.
So when can you start jamming ace king suited, like 25 plus, 30 plus? I mean, 30 minus.
I mean, in the 30, I think it's the one that 3-bets and doesn't. I think at 30 it mixed.
Yeah,
At
30. you're gonna-
25, it was 50-50.
Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
question. Yeah, mix.
This is mixed. I
Thanks.
think it's mostly call with some value 3-bets in there. A good call.
Okay, so
It was
I would
mostly
say it's
call,
all
some
call.
I was gonna say, I think this is our pure call for a
Yeah,
suited
this is
9.
like pure. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's
pure
all
call.
call. So don't try to mix frequency this one in game, but you're right on track. Call. Good. Give you a couple more. They both called. I mean, we just completed. You're folding this one. Let's give you 2 more real hands.
In game I'm calling.
Call. Anybody squeezing or anything here at 50?
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's called.
Nah. Call. 100%. Yep. A little bit of raising. It's just nah. This one's a fold, and we'll give you one more real one. Raise or jam?
I think it mixes. In game I'm just 3-betting. I'm not jamming with it.
Yeah, you're right.
Ooh.
I think you're right.
For sure, this one's too high to jam.
Too high up to jam?
I'm just 3-betting.
I would fucking jam
That
this
makes sense.
sometimes.
Yeah,
I
I
would
was
jam
gonna say-
this sometimes. I was
Skirt.
surprised. Everybody's like, I'm like, am I the only person like, okay, just getting this in?
No.
Yeah, beat you jamming this as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably gonna be some dependent on opponent, but yeah, I mean,
There we go. Welcome to hell. All right, B-Money.
Gross.
We did not.
That's 6.
Yep. I think we're betting.
I'm not
quarter.
sure. This might be one of the boards we check. I'm not 100% sure.
Nope, never checking. Okay, not 4% of the time. I'm never checking.
Yeah.
I'm
Actually,
surprised by the
0%
half
back.
pot bet, honestly.
You don't have a spade, which sucks.
Damn, it's beefy.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot more. EV.
And
Even
there's a
jamming
decent EV amount
more-
difference.
Jamming
More frequent
More
than
than-
EV.
Without a spade, it likes to be more aggressive, I'm sure.
All right, now what?
Well, check.
Follow through
Yeah.
again. For
Yes.
10%.
Trying to get
Follow
it,
through.
turning Jackson a bluff to get ace.
What are we
to
betting?
get
We're betting
ace.
10% on the turn here? Jesus.
Yeah, betting
You don't want to
to
cap
get
your
an ace to fold.
range.
Yeah.
SPR's already won. You don't want to
Billion no
cap your
bluffing.
range. You
Uh,
block.
I have no 10% turn bets.
GG. GG. You checking, you blocking now? How you feeling?
I'm
Feels-
just giving up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just giving up.
Get me out.
Keeping it real.
No, you gotta shove, because the only thing that beats is like the jack of, the queen of spades.
He's got
Is
all,
it
he's
jack?
got, he's
Yes,
got under
maybe.
pairs with a spade.
You gotta
Man, I
shove.
got 30, I got 35 big blinds. I'm out.
You out of here, of
Oh.
course. Folding 100%. Wrecked. Nope, not
I mean,
wrecked.
I'm not betting the river.
You gotta shove receive.
That was a good ass hand.
That was a
Yeah,
good
that's
I'm
one
glad
of
I jammed.
those-
Beats. We jammed.
one. Real,
Well,
does anybody
it's one of-
have,
it's
does
one of
anybody have those
those-
10% turn bets?
Jam?
I don't have any 10%
villain.
turn bets ever.
I just
one
did
of
that in a
those-
hand I reviewed with the sixes privately and blew his mind. It was not right in the solver though, to be fair.
Yeah. It's one of those, like, we ran across that Tuesday night with aces where it's the solver
sorry,
is like
Miss
just
Chat.
loves a jam on the river, but it's just a stupid jam.
Mm.
It feels like sometimes, because there's just way too much that beats us with those jacks. I'm not jamming it.
Oh,
I know
that
the
was Jack,
solver
Jack,
likes it.
7-7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul B, you want to do the next one, buddy? Good job. Very good job, my man. B money. Good job, man. You were on it. That was some tough spots. I do think sometimes those jacks, just know we can mix the jacks and you're not going to make a mistake. And it's not an over jam. You know what
No, I
I'm saying?
mean,
It
everyone
feels
says
like it
jacks
is,
is-
but it's not.
Everyone says Jack's is one of those hard hands to play, but not if you just stuff the fucker.
Yeah, and no, you're not making a mistake. Yeah. I was like, oh, ran into
Dude.
it. Oh, well, cooler. Then you can just like, got cooler. Like if you run into it, like you didn't make a
Lost the
mistake.
flip.
Oh, well, yep. Yeah. All right, cool. Should we look at this again and do it again or move on?
Oh,
Let's
before
go
you move
ahead
on,
and look at the range.
Can I please see the pairs again? I wanted to
Yep.
solidify that in my own hand.
Yep.
All right, 9's 8's mixing, 9's the cutoff.
Yep.
Okay.
Mostly fine flats with eights. I mean, dude, just
Jamming
trying to
tens and jams.
raise it. Yeah, raising the hands, I can jam,
Yeah.
or get it in with. Eights is always just weird. I don't know. Flatting feels
Yeah.
good.
8s, I'm probably just flatting pure. I
I
mean,
mean, keep it real, me too. EV's pretty, but you way more EV with 9s to raise or get it in. Just
Yeah.
we
Oh,
realize
yeah.
your ass ain't full. You're not flatting 9s. Just make sure
No,
we're aware of
no.
that. The EV is going to be the same between both. So we'll do one more rotation of this, since there seem to be a few more questions between some of the hands, and then we will go ahead and move on to some EP, at deeper stacks, and then we'll look at EP early, and then move on to the big blinds for the spots as well. So Paul said you were ready, Paul B. If you're interested, you the man, you can hop in here. Are you ready? Yeah, on you, buddy.
Cool. Well, I already saw you answer it, so we're gonna go call.
Yep, mixing call and fold, just V-pipping the hand. This is one we're allowed to play. You're allowed to play these kind of hands. And flop dead. How about this ace jack? These are always interesting, although we just looked at it. How you feeling with it?
I was just about to add.
The stack depth, I'll go ahead and raise.
9-9.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean, not all in. So gonna raise, use this as a 3-bet bluff, as a squeeze.
Like raising
Very,
and calling.
very good. Yep. You can call as well here, guys. And know you're not making a mistake if you do decide to call. And I think that's important. So that's good. Ooh, you have to play a post flop spot as well. This is what I like. Now what?
Sure.
Bet how much?
We'll bet 6.
Gonna go quarter pot. Yeah, I think in these spots we do get to go quarter. I do wonder, since we started this hand at 50 effective, is it gonna also mix half pot as a bet size here? Sets of a reasonable SPR to just jam some turns, but it feels like 6 is gonna be good as well.
Check.
Damn, it's checking. It's 3 low cards, 6 and under. Really doesn't hit our range outside of overpair, but having some full equity, it's not gonna be bad to bet. Highest EV is check.
Weren't we the 3-better? I'm never checking there.
Dead.
We were. You
Yeah, I
also
mean-
never hit this board.
Interesting.
Yeah. You also only have overpair in your range. You don't 3-bet a6.
And when you do have overpair and you bet this board, because I imagine you're checking overpair too, no? I like to see
We'll
that.
look
If
at
you
it.
are, it's because you want to keep your
Most-
villain wide, right? They don't hit this fucking board either.
Right, right.
Paul, how about now? You gonna follow through or you're done?
Shit, I don't want to give up yet. I don't want to cap my range. I think I need to keep going. I think it feels like a little bit too much though. I guess we'll get cute with 3-6 and see what happens.
10% AC set 10%.
Picked up equity.
2.3% of the time he found the island. Mostly just checking though. But
That's
I mean,
crazy.
to be reasonable, his EV loss here is minute. I hope you get the fold through here, buddy. Nope. Oh, that's you following through, you jamming, you check calling, you betting something other than all in. This is super interesting.
6 has lost his mind on this card.
Like, ooh.
Honestly, I'm jamming.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking like, well, I'm out of here. But I wonder if it does just check call it off, because can you call it by worse on this run out? Or would he ever turn anything into a bluff? Super interesting spot. All in though, dead. You want to check call. I think I would have just check called myself. It's impossible to get called by worse, right?
Also, if you're checking the flop, then you're certainly checking the turn, right? So if you do bet the flop, then
Like, I don't even think you can
have to
follow
check
through.
turn. Yeah.
Dead.
Dead.
Yes.
You guys ever use a, you guys ever use a blocker here?
Let me see.
Not
This is
on
gonna be
this
more.
board.
Okay. We'll go back. to
Blocker is better than
small.
jam, in my opinion.
36% of the pot. And all this shit is so small, like you can't even really see. If you got here with
Ace Jack's in
aces
there.
that way. Jackson, there's a check, but I think we go back to the flop. I
Yeah.
think that's where it got interesting.
Look at all
You're
that check.
checking.
And you're checking the overpair too. See that?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
drinking ace in the ace. Your jacks are betting.
Jacks, 8s,
Jacks,
and 9s,
nines,
the protection,
eights.
10s, the protection.
Yeah.
I'm confused. I like checking out of position a lot.
On a particular board where it's 3 low cards that you don't never have in your range. Look at your range. You never hit this board.
Right.
Yeah,
Even
like
even as
aces
a,
are the nuts, so you can give them an opportunity to bluff.
Yeah.
that's where people probably
There you
spewed
go.
too much money, I guess, chips. Okay.
Yeah, this is, this is a spot where I think everybody 3-bet, C-bets too much. I could be included in this as well. I mean, I'd probably be C-betting here too much. Just like,
Yeah.
Right.
it's
Yeah.
so
I
easy
mean,
not to, but it's like,
Yeah, like we have none of that flop from the small bet in
And they
this,
have
or the small blind in that
all-
spot, but the low jack is gonna
It
have
does
ace
make-
5 suited, ace 4 suited.
well, the low jack
bottom
has every
pairs.
pair.
Yeah,
Okay.
Look at like he
So-
has 3s plus and
So-
slow played aces. You're so dead.
I mean, you 3-bet and he called, right? So you have to think about that.
More than half his range is just pairs.
Just
you
pairs.
know?
That's a
You
big
get
reason.
aces,
Yeah.
slow plays. Like,
It's the big
yeah,
reason.
it's a hard world. So
And
all
ace
right.
jack's pretty much beating everything that folds, and everything that calls is beating us.
Okay.
You notice.
All right,
the
Paul
range
B,
there,
it's still on
which is
you, my
pretty
friend.
interesting.
Call.
Call. Is that what you said? I'm sorry, I can hear you.
I'm gonna call. This could flop well.
Rip it.
Rip it.
I think it mixes.
Rip it.
Oh, I don't know if this one rips at this stack depth.
No, actually, no. You know what? It does. It rips his queen jack
Does
and
it 40? I
king
don't know
jack.
about 50. It's probably mixing at 50.
I was thinking
Some
50.
debate. We've all just looked at this damn range
Yeah.
multiple
100%
times.
I was away from the
Still-
computer.
And we're
30
all.
there was a
I
lot
know
less
what it
jams.
is. I know the answer because we've looked at this a couple times.
Yeah.
You even
and-
said it. It's 100% shove.
It's 100%, right?
Yeah, king jack and queen jack.
Yeah. Like I heard some calls. I see. Yeah, it's 100% jam. Like with these. Yep. And you grief it, but it's okay because you did it in style and you suck.
You don't win something.
You
You
did
beat
it.
aces sometimes. It don't matter.
Yeah, we suck out.
You busted, but you looked good doing it.
Oh shit! Whoa! Did I break it? Let me try something. Let me see. I think this is the easiest way to do it.
I'm surprised Silver likes to jam the queen jack suited because it has no relevant blockers of the aces and the kings, and it really wants to see your
It
flop.
unblocks all the other single ace X hands, ace
Ace
8,
king,
ace
ace
7,
jack.
ace 6,
Yeah,
ace
all the
10,
shit.
ace 9. Under pairs did it, just people raised fold, king queen off, ace 10 off, this king queen off that can't call. There's just so many hands that just can't call, and then when it does get called by ace king, it's practically flipping. And then the under pairs, they're dead versus queen jack. They call it nines, it's over. They've lost because queen jack is always going to win that. So
I am definitely not shoving king 10 and jack 10. Yeah.
I'm
That's
shoving
good.
these like every time.
Yeah.
This is easy.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't if I wasn't jamming king queen suited a lot there too. It's a mistake.
Yeah, this one you want to keep in worst king X, queen X, right? And then when you don't get better to fold. Yeah, and then when you get called as ace, king, ace, queen, you're just wrecked. Cool. Paul, we'll do a couple more now that you looked at it. You should be feeling fresh, good, literally just able to cheat on the test.
See you, Beats.
You out of here, Beats? See you, man. Take care.
The more you do these, the easier it becomes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
why we're gonna.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's only one. It's been another
It's
hour.
amazing. It's amazing how this whole study thing works.
Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you study. The game just get. We were laughing about that. Me and Toast spent 4 hours studying on Monday together. Just then our plays like, oh man, this poker thing felt way easier. I made
Yeah,
money.
It is a little boring, like, seeing all the numbers and all the ranges, but like once you get it, it becomes a little bit more fun.
Yeah, and
I
I
guess.
think we're gonna make.
I also think it's more fun when you do it in a group setting like this versus sitting by yourself and just, bang, 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 bang,
Yeah.
bang, bang, bang.
And honestly, you don't have to get every combination right. You just got to try to pick up on the heuristics and get an idea of what portion of the ranges you should be doing.
Nobody's
what with.
perfect.
That's pretty good.
Paul, you flatten this one, right?
Flat.
Yeah, this is the one. All right, we're gonna mix up the spot now. I feel like we're good at this. I mean, one last look. Don't overdo it with your suited aces at this stack depth. This is 50 bigs in the small blind. And I don't think the positions are gonna change too much. Let me try to change it up a little bit.
You're gonna go early position now?
Yes. So let's go under the gun, raise, and +1, right? This is
Yeah, we'll be tighter here. And we'll probably
Tight.
squeeze. We'll probably be tighter here, obviously, and we'll probably squeeze more versus like cut off button.
let me
Is
think
under the
about
gun
stack.
open,
We'll
under the
start at
gun one
50,
flat,
we'll go half
common
price.
enough? Maybe it's under the gun open button flat. I think that's more common, right?
It
And then
might be
what do
more
you-
common, but I mean, just understanding the
You have to
constrictions
type
are gonna
as
range.
Fuck
But
here.
maybe it's not as tight as you think with 50 bigs. We still can probably be in there with
Sure.
our suited suited connectors and stuff. This is where it's interesting,
I
right?
could be wrong.
So God's big toe. What are you doing here?
Fucking crying.
Not calling.
Come on, big toe.
No.
You're gonna do a few of these.
At 50,
Yep.
like there's no calling range, which is fun.
There's
There is no
actually
calling range. I got the answer in
I
front of me.
guess,
And I got it wrong.
I guess I'm folding. I think I'm
there's
folding.
no calling range, huh?
I'm not folding. It's
Could
too
be
big.
jam.
I'm never folding. Yep. It's
Oh my God.
actually- So look how tight this is. I mean, and you can't even
this-
call. You
this-
actually can't call. Why?
This jam
insane.
versus middle position
Did I
button.
break
It's
it?
because it's so early. There's no
Yeah,
calling
yeah.
range.
I thought it would be a call.
I'm sorry, I cheated. I insta cheated. I couldn't believe it. So this is
Early open, early call. That's tight as
because
fuck.
I was playing with this spot at different stack depth and it, yeah.
Wow.
Yikes. Well,
And mixed calls.
That's why I'm the
Uh,
big toe, not the pinky toe, my friend.
I mean, you folding?
No way.
Hold
Hold on, that jack
Oh, we
ten
can't
spot.
call. Fuck.
Yeah, there's no calling range, so then yeah, I'm folding.
There's no,
Shove either.
dude, is there
Fold.
actually?
There's 0 calling range. He just
Stack depth,
This
is there
is
no
broke.
calling
This
range
isn't right.
here?
It
This
is
is
right
a tough
though.
one.
It can't be, right?
Do you have
No, it's
something
because
set up
it's
to
because it's
where-
look at the
It's
range
fucking
for
busted,
look at
bro.
the range for under the gun one flatting. It's like fucking doesn't exist. It's such a strong scenario.
Wait a minute. Wait,
Well, we still get the
We're
price.
talking about this. I
aren't we?
looked it up on
Man,
Odin,
man.
which I use because it's free. And
I mean-
Odin actually has got an entirely different approach to this spot. Odin is 3-betting 5%, calling 8%, folding 86%.
wait a minute. This doesn't make.
I have a question about the ranges. Like the lower the stack depth, the higher the ranges should be theoretically, right? I mean, from
It's
UTG.
actually no
Kind
flatting
of depends.
range.
There's a tipping point in a lot
Yeah.
of spots where you can start calling a little wider because you don't really give a shit. Like the reason why we fold some of these weaker aces here is because when we hit top pair and all the chips go in, we're screwed.
Yeah.
When you have 20, 25 bigs, if you hit top pair, it doesn't matter anymore. You can just get it in and you're not making a mistake. So you can
Right.
call a little wider.
Call more. Okay. Makes sense.
Now we have a calling range.
What changed?
I'm sorry, 100 bigs. I was just fucking around with the bigs and seeing like, excuse me?
Sure,
Oh
we have a
my
calling range. We have a
Lord.
calling range. It's the position. It's not the stack depth.
I know.
Well,
I'm just-
maybe
but-
go to 25.
No, but you look at 100. But if
Go
you
to
look at
25 and
100
see if that has a wider range because we can go broke easier.
Can you compare can you look at 60 and compare it with our pile ranges? Because I can't believe that there's no overcalling at 50.
I got pie open. Hang on.
Oh, wait a
Yeah.
minute. Ooh, they have no, there's not even a fucking call range that's at 25. You can't have a call range from plus
Yeah,
one.
it's because of the early open and the early call. That's your problem.
You can call on the button.
You need the
and then
button
we
call.
get to this. And then we go here to start training. So you can get some calls. I mean, but there's no versus EP, you got to be tight as hell.
Yeah, there's not even a fucking pile range for under the gun open, under the gun one call.
This is an interesting one, and this is a spot you will see in game in your stakes a shitload. I mean, in all of our stakes, a lot, right? Under the gun
So-
open, 25 button call, and here we are in a small blind. Let's
Yeah,
do a
you
few
need
of these.
you
at
need to have the
25.
the button, the low jack, the hijack. You need to this would be better.
The EP versus EP stuff, you're only squeezing. And I do think we'll get back to that to look, make sure we re-examine that and at least how this solver approaches it strategically. But
Well, what
Um,
about people who are too loose, early position, and people who overcall after?
you
I
get
mean,
to squeeze more and be more aggressive. Like it's
Yeah,
Okay.
and at the same time, you got to be a little more cautious, right? Because you're not gonna have this. So you should tighten your range, I think, because you're not gonna have the same fold equity from those people either, right? Those people are gonna overcall.
Right.
Now you're gonna blow the pot out of position, which is
well, yeah, I
Right.
think you'd be putting in more money out of position versus those people. and
so you
getting
can
in more.
shove or fold depending on your EP
Depending.
opponents.
Who hasn't done one? Bob? You
Yes,
interested?
sure.
Awesome, buddy. So yeah, this is a new one. I think we kind of did some middle position at this stack depth earlier. Now we're gonna go versus under the gun range and then a button call. What are you doing with this ace jack here?
Geez, I don't know. All in.
All of it, all you can eat. Oh man, I wonder if this might be mixing call, but
I'm gonna rip or fold maybe sometimes.
I mean
No.
all in.
Oh,
plus-
zero. Oh, man.
I was so close.
Well, here's the
it's
thing with
ace
ace
queen
jack.
rips for sure.
Ace
So,
jack
yeah, this
is
was
too
close.
strong. You just don't get better to fold, right? We're folding. We're not going to fold out offsuit
Mix.
queens and stuff like that. At this stack depth from under the guns range, his range is too strong for the stuff we're trying to fold out. Can't fold. Yeah. And you did it. You found a flip that you're going to win. Let's do a few
honestly
more
not
before
this
we look
big
at the
when I'm
range.
playing.
Gonna fold this, of course. I could have adjusted the range real quick before I give this back to you. 1 second. So we don't grief too much time. I don't think we get to play too flat. Keep in some traps. Some of these might. All right. Ooh. Here you go, Bob. Still on you, sir.
Call.
Flatting.
Jam,
Toe?
jam.
Jam. I think I'm in there as well. Cap?
Yeah, I'm ripping it.
Everybody ripping it. Is
I
this
think
the
so.
hand that
I
wants to
don't know.
just be flat? Here we go, Bob.
I think it mixes. Not sure.
All you can eat.
Oh, man.
All you can eat. You
Make
got to
it-
be
make
jamming
it-
this one.
How come
And
you can't jam the ace jack, but you can jam the king jack?
King Jack suited.
Yeah.
King Jack
Jack
suited. It
suited.
plays. Yeah, it plays a lot better. We can fold out some ace tens.
Yeah, mostly jamming.
And you're not dominated. Like a lot of times when you jam
Some
ace jack, you're
worse
getting called
suited.
by ace, queen, and ace king, and here you're dominated less.
I got you. Okay. That makes sense.
Like
And you
raise-
got called
Except
here.
for, except for this time.
You're dominated less. Dead. Dominated.
I said less, not not never.
Yeah, I mean,
I love that.
two pretty strong ranges. The button flatten range is pretty strong too, right? So
It's I think that one's a little wider than you think. It's got a lot of the
yeah,
suited
it's
connectors.
got
and
good
things like
board
that.
coverage, yeah, but it's still not. It's only probably what.
And we're gonna look at all three ranges.
Sure.
Make sure we're all getting better in this spot. Bob, you're folding this easy.
Yeah, I think people are over folding the button here too.
Ooh, here you go, Bob. You just seen the King Jack suited. What do you want to do with this one?
I'm probably just calling. I don't know. Is it a fold? I call.
This is good extra. This is why we're here. This is awesome. What are you guys doing? Anybody doing
I'm
anything?
mostly folding.
Mostly
Yeah,
folding.
a little bit of
Mostly
calling.
folding.
Yes, mostly folding.
I'll call you.
I
Oh.
am never calling. This hand is dog shit when it's offsuit.
And the button's calling there. I just noticed that.
Well, we just saw this one.
Does that change like when somebody just flats? Well, I know when it changes when AP flats, but what about when button flats? That's interesting.
We picked the button because they have the widest flatting range versus an early open in
Yeah,
general. but
early.
it's
yeah,
still
you can
it's
play
still
button.
pretty tight.
Okay.
But when you're on the button and you basically close the action, it's a powerful thing. So you get to close wider. You get to flat a little wider because you have positional advantage.
All right, last one, Bob, and then we'll take a peek at this range and then try to call on somebody else to see if we can improve. What are you doing with this one, sir?
I'm jamming.
He in there.
Well, we jammed the king jack suited, so I assume this would be. a jam.
This one
This
mixes, but
one's, close.
I'm not folding at 25.
Never folding.
I think mostly jamming, but it mixes. I think I forgot what it said there.
Paul,
I think call or jam. I'm kind of leaning call right now.
you have
Yeah, I
never
think I'm
said
calling
not
too,
one thing
honestly.
is mixing. I've been listening to you for 1 hour talking about these things. You said everyone is mixing every single time, sir. Well done.
It's a coaching 101. You're always
Yeah.
mixing. You're never
Yeah,
wrong.
I mean, yeah, I could just tell myself, hey guys, I think we're mixing here, guys. I think
We're just mixing here.
Sounds
Sounds better. Yeah.
All right, we're all in because King Jack did it. Because King Jack said so, pretty much.
That's right.
Jackson, so.
That's right. Oh man, this sucks.
Wow.
So for a little takeaway, easy takeaway, Bob, is that like your worst suited paint tends to flat, your best suited paint tends to mix and do a lot of raising, and that stuff in the middle, like King Jack, is the ones that jam.
Here you
Gotcha.
go.
Okay.
This is tough.
Well, actually, in this stack size, all this stuff jams, so I was a little off myself. King Queen suited, all your suited paint jams,
Yep, you just missed the
except for your worst.
outside. You get to play these. And hey, check this out, guys. We still
And
get to
it's
play
suited. You'll
7,
miss
8.
all those.
Yeah, 6, 7 suited. 4, 5, dude. You never knew people were
Everybody missing
this.
those. Everybody missing.
At 25, mid sagers, they're just shook. I've looked at so many hand histories from students.
I think if you change this to, we were doing this the other day, and I believe if we change it to 17 bigs, and a lot of this stuff is still calling at 17.
I'm never raising ace eight suited. Ace eight suited.
You're not that far off if you make that
if
a pure
you
call.
can't, yeah, if you made it a pure call, you're
Okay.
fine.
Even ace nine, but
If you just pure called this ace five suited as well, the EV between
Yeah.
that and all in, if you feel like the guy under the gun is tight and you're just getting snapped, it's okay to just like.
I mean, you can fudge these a little bit too, right? Like you can take
Like,
the jam out of kings and put that in ace five, take the raise out of ace eight suited and put that in kings and make it a full raise, not jam. As long as you're kind of getting the proportions about right to make
So-
it more implementable, make it more implementable.
okay. So like what's like a bad EV? Because I see the numbers are like 40 and under. It's kind of better. 30
That would have
under.
been a fun flop to play.
it really
I mean,
would've
you
brought
just
that
kind of want to
back.
match the
Dude, only
match the
bad
sizes,
EV
right?
is only
Okay.
bad
see how
EV
that
is
see how that
negative
sliver of
EV.
orange fits kind of perfectly at the sliver of purple and king. They kind of match the
Yeah.
in frequency.
Yeah.
So you just take it out of ace eight, put it in king. Take that jam out of king, put it in ace five. It's about the same. You know what I mean? And make them full frequency just so it's more implementable. Because in game, you're never going to remember that it's 20% this, 80% that, and then roll for it.
Okay.
Most
So
of
you
the
could
time.
take out ace eight and then always jam ace five, for example.
Yeah,
Should've
exactly.
Okay.
Uh,
That's a lot
Cameron,
easier.
I know I've seen you, excuse me, I've seen you typing in chat. If you're still here and you're interested in typing in responses or unmuting, you're more than welcome.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do a few.
Awesome, man. What are you doing here with this ace jack?
Calling.
Nice. And then
Just
some of
calling.
this is just making sure we were paying attention earlier, and it
Mhm.
helps. I think a lot of people would find a jam here or try to jam this, but yep, we call. Not ever really all in. So that's good. That'd have been interesting as hell to play, but we don't get to do that here. How about this one?
This
It
is
sucks
a
there's no
jam,
multi-way
right?
trainers.
Yes, sir. Yeah, there's none that exists yet. Like
It takes up
this.
too many resources, so no one's taking the time to make an Odin for multi-way.
Yep.
Or GTO with a multi-way. It's too hard.
Ooh, how about
I-
this one?
probably call here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's pure call. Yep. Make sure we're playing these hands. We still get to play our suited connectors 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, Jack 9, Jack 10. We must be playing those here. It doesn't feel great when we only have 20 something bigs, but
No, but you still need to have board coverage, right? That's still important.
board coverage, and we getting a reasonably better price at 2.1 here from the small blind. So yep. How about this suited 9? Would you like to jam this one, call it, fold it?
No, I don't think this is a jam. I think this is probably just a call.
Just to call. Anybody doing anything different with this?
I like a call.
Not sure. I think, yeah, just calling like he said.
Yep, just calling. I think, yeah, we're never folding. Raising 7-1 doesn't, I mean,
It's probably
is
the weakest suited king I'd
nines.
call with.
Are the
merit.
9s unblocking so we get to jam ever? Oh, nah, this is too weak. We have better hands so we get to jam. So always
Okay.
calling this.
So at what stack depth do we start folding those low through the connectors? 15? Or
None.
what's your guess?
I mean, maybe 15, something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay, yeah.
How about this one? Do we mix jam with this one?
There was one of the aces it was mixing jams with. Was it ace 4? I'm
It was
probably
a-
just calling.
It was ace five.
Ace
but I'm
5.
sure we didn't.
Ace
I'm
four,
just calling.
whatever.
You guys just gotta give him the answer in the
I'm
middle
sorry.
of the test? Can't help
Same here.
yourself.
Yeah, I
Mr.
just call.
Smarty Pants.
No, he
I
already said the
remembered
answer.
one. I know.
I was waiting for her to say that.
I'm probably not jamming ace 5 either in game, but yeah. I'm
Yeah,
so I'm
EV's
calling.
neutral. I think it's good. Sometimes I would mix it. I mostly would find jamming it and then just regretting it, but calling good. And 100% here.
I jam it and go make a
Let me see
sandwich.
if I can find him a hard. Let me see if I can find him when it's rip.
Yeah, that's a rip.
Yep. That always felt too easy to even bait. Play.
I think that's a fold.
Hey. All right, he's crushing it. It's too easy. The spot is officially too easy. Or he's too good at the game.
Both.
I'm also saying
probably
stuff, so I
both.
could also remember it in my mind.
Yep. So this is a pretty condensed range here. As you can see, we're playing about, what is this, like 19, 20% of hands. Reasonable amount of flatting, not missing this stuff. This dude stuff, king, queen, very good. Now, let's go to see if we can mix this up. And if we go deeper, what if we're at 60? And I think the only way it works is if it goes like under the gun and then you see like a cutoff call or something like that. We're in a small blind. And yeah, 60. This should be interesting. Cool. Cameron, keep it up, buddy. You want to keep it up? Do a few more?
Sure.
Awesome. Different configurations, as you can see, we're about how much deeper? Yeah, we're significantly deeper here. Let me find when it's actually tough. At 60, what are we doing?
Ooh, I might raise with this.
Going to 10-3?
Yeah, I could see it raising 10.
Anybody flatting? Is it too much to jam? Sixes ain't giving out gold stars. I'm giving out compliments. Those are gold stars for me, man. You have no idea. It's hard for me to say nice things.
The backhanded compliments still count. They're still compliments.
I'm raising or calling.
Ooh, there's some call. I was waiting for someone to see if anyone would be out there calling.
Yeah.
Feels like we're mostly squeezing here with the raise and the call, but I wonder if it does. I'm unsure if there's any frequency of this, or if we
I don't know.
ever get to. It feels like it's 100% squeeze to me as well. Now you do get to call.
Yes.
There it is, Paul. Nice.
Thank you.
Does suited call more?
We
offsuit?
will see. I
That's
don't
a
want to
great question.
spoil. I don't want to spoil. Ooh, we get to play post flop, which is going to happen a little bit more now. How are you going to proceed here, Cameron? You want to see that? Small, big, check.
Probably either 25 or 50%. I'd probably go 25%.
Yeah, it feels like these pair boards. We probably can still get away with going 25. What were you saying, Cap?
Out of position, on this type of board, I actually wouldn't mind going bigger. I don't know if it's a thing.
I
or
wonder
not,
if
but I
that
feel like-
changes because we have the ace of spades though, Cat.
I feel like it's a
Like if you didn't
2-3
have a
hand.
spade.
So I'm gonna go like whatever that is, 12.45.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of torn. I would just normally still do this. I know at the deeper stack depths, we do go 50% more. I wonder with the paired board, do we get to change our sizing and, go smaller? But let's do this. Oh, he went quarter. Yeah. Quarter's still good. Still quarter on paired boards. Here a lot. We don't.
It'd be interesting to see if it sizes up if we don't have the spade.
No, I mean it's a paired board. There's no need to.
Or if we
He's gonna
don't
have
have
queen. He's gonna have a queen in his damn hand. We don't just size up. I would imagine, just to look at the post flop spot, I would imagine we're just mostly quartering, right? There's a little bit 12%, but it's mostly quartering. Like
Go to ace queen.
Yep. Here. And then we could come over here.
No.
Yeah, I
spade.
mean, dude, yeah, the EV is so
Yeah, just quarter. Just quarter.
quarter
Plus
to
four.
shit.
All right.
Let's do another. You're gonna fold this, I
Folding, yep.
presume. Easy. Easy. Not interesting. You're gonna squeeze this?
Yeah, I could see this being a squeeze. Might fold out some better aces.
I think I would flat this myself
Yeah.
personally, like a full frequency, but it's interesting to try to squeeze under the gun here. It could be reasonable. I think it's going more linear, but let's go ahead and squeeze. Yeah, I was almost always. I think it needs to be stronger linear. Like honestly, this might be the cutoff though, and it might be just ace 10 or ace jack suited. Ace 10 feels like a full frequency call to me as well.
Yep.
Mixing.
Little mix.
Yeah, it's a little mix. Calling is slightly higher EV, just barely though, but I would almost purely be calling this ace 10 and then just start raising ace jack suited plus in this. So here's our range. We get to cheat now. And interestingly enough, we get to fold a suited ace. Two of them actually, if you want. The ace 6 and ace deuce.
Too.
Yep. Ace 7 ain't doing that hot, but it's in there. Barely printing EVs. Nope.
I always like
fire
to-
suited connector.
I always think it's interesting how much more EV we have with the magic solver hand that he's about to see.
Not much. I mean, you ain't it ain't crushing it. Like it's doing all right, but
It looks like GTO likes ace five suited to shove into bluff.
It ain't shoving at all. It's if you
Right,
shove
not
it,
here.
oh,
Not here,
yeah.
but like other hands, yeah.
And here we go. You still get to just rip all in
Rip
with.
ace king.
I love that you just get to put it in like whatever.
Ace, king, and then move those queens into jacks. Jam jacks with the.
If
ace
you
king.
jam, queens here, I wouldn't hate it. It looks, I don't know, I wouldn't hate it. You're gonna get called by like 9 cents because people think you just do that with ace king. I think people are gonna find it never fold 9s and 10s, 8s and shit sometimes, especially on Iggy. Let me see this one more time. We'll speed run this one more time with one other person. I want to make sure it's a little bit easier and less dog shit hands. We're not playing any of that. Yeah, this is fine. I mean, there's a few blanks.
You got
that
it.
we never play.
Jeremy.
Pucks, my man. How you doing, buddy? You're more than welcome to do this if you're one. I know you're generally busy working midday.
From home
but-
today, so all good.
Hey, that's good to hear. All right, man. How you give you a few spots, throw you a couple oops here. Flatting, not squeezing. Ooh, well, I'm actually surprised I missed that.
Yeah.
You do get to squeeze here some with Jack 9. I would never do it.
Nope.
I would actually just never squeeze there, which is sad. How about this one? You're getting some nice ones.
This is the suited ace that squeezes, I think, the 10-3.
This is the one that squeezes, he says. Yep, we can squeeze here. And for the sake of potentially getting a heads up and playing post flop, I like it, even though calling is equal EV. So 58, 42 or something. 66 is mostly calling. Get a heads up. Yes. Now what?
I think start with quarter.
Start with the quarter pot bet. I wonder if this goes half ever to get a little bit of extra fold equity, but probably just quarter's good. Does mix in half some as well. 25% of the time you can go half.
Just mix.
Yep. I think I would have went half, to be honest, on this board, but it's fine. Now what?
18. Keep firing our way out of this.
You gonna shoot your way out? Hey,
Depends on my mood.
But
I couldn't hear you. It sounded like you broke up for a second. Did you say 18 though?
yeah, 18. I think it does mix check, but it's got to have some bets. I don't think it totally gives up with the equity with the backdoor gut shot.
The backdoor, some spade draws. Draws miss. We have an over. We can make a couple of his under pairs and floats and draws indifferent. We still have an emergency gut shot with an over. I'm very curious to see if we barrel here because I've lost control of the last body in this spot more than enough times. So you barreling this?
Seems like a pretty decent option. Overcard to the 10. We still have equity. We can get better ace X that floated. I guess we can't get him to fold. Let him pick up gut shots.
Good.
Yeah, because when you check, doesn't that show you're weak? I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you're weak. You could be just dead by checking, right? I mean, you just know you're gonna
I mean,
lose.
you probably check back a lot of 10x, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
to be 100% fair, like checking is the second highest CV line. And like, do you go toe? Quarter.
Or, oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. The old quarter. We were looking at that. Bye-bye. Sayonara chips. It was nice knowing you. Yeah, you're just snap folding there. Ooh.
Why jam?
I'm
too?
never finding that bluff shove.
It's not a bluff shove. He just said, if I'm dead, I'm dead. He's not realizing
us
any more
value.
equity. Yeah,
Definitely
he said it's
value.
over. Yep. At this point, it's as good as it gets for his hand, and he said it's over. That's actually
You shouldn't have any jack in your range, and you got a buckload of draws.
How about now, Pucks? Flat. 3-bet fold. I couldn't hear you if you were trying to say something. All right, he says call. Ooh,
Oh, folds too.
that's actually interesting. I am not folding here 54% of the time.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
How about now?
Yep, you're good. Did you 5-head and say fold there? I don't think you're folding there. No shot. All right. This is an interesting one. You want to try to squeeze, call, fold. You know damn well you can't jam.
All right.
Oh, my man is having audio issues. Oh, piss.
3-bet folding
There.
feels bad.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. But yeah, what are you doing this hand, buddy? If you can still see it. If not, that's okay.
Mick, I think it mixes calling 3-bet.
Okay.
Let's go 3-bet.
Mixing, what do you think mixes more? When people say mix now, I have to hold your ass to the fire and see what's mixing more. How much is it mixing?
I mean, this is one of those, I
Which-
feel like it's 50-50.
We're just mixing here.
Son of a bitch.
I think it leans 3-bet. Let's say it leans 3-bet.
Liz 3-bet. All right.
I think it 3-bets more than the suited variety, so maybe
Yes.
like 30% 3-bet.
And AC.
Fold.
Fold.
That's actually the
10,
same.
Yeah.
10%. Yeah, I mean, 3-bet folding feels a little kind of.
You're OP against 2 players.
Damn, that's really rough. That's a lot of times to be folding half the
Makes sense.
time.
Yeah,
I mean,
Makes sense.
this is a spot where you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. It's 0 EV between all the options. And if you fold it, see, the good thing for you guys is you get to play off stream at home. Nobody else sees your decisions and it doesn't matter. You can fold the 0 EV and not look like a net,
so
right? So it's
you know-
so nice.
when I see this, this is where I like to take the aggressive edge when I see these kind of mixes, like rather, like I want to do something with this hand, so I think 3-betting is actually better. To be aggressive, I think to be more aggressive is a little bit. better.
Well, you're just saying that in a vacuum, but you know,
Well, I mean, in
I
some
think
ways
it's
it's true,
very
right? 'Cause-
important, like your opponent types. You need to know what games your
That's
opponent
true.
types. Like
Right.
you're gonna have guys in these low stakes, yeah, they may be bad, but they're bad, sticky, and hard as hell. Like you can make this 10-3 and go 3 ways out of position of both players. Like it's you have to be kind of aware, like what your player type is, in my opinion. And the fact that you can mix gives you a lot of flexibility. And you're probably right, man. 3-betting's good versus a lot of the population, but some guys just are too sticky. And when you're deep as hell in tournaments and guys are tough, being first in and finding a better spot might be good, you know.
And you always have a little bit of fold equity, right? But I agree with everything you said for sure.
Is suited a pure call?
We will look at that. I want to do a couple more before we look at the chart at 60. We haven't looked at 60 yet.
The
So
last
let's
chart I
do
looked at
more.
was super call heavy.
It was called, yeah, it felt like I agree. It feels like we're calling a lot in this spot as well.
I have a question, and it might be general here. So, does squeezing here work more against good, GTO players, or not so much against population, which will overcall?
Dude, squeezing's not gonna work better versus GTO players because they're gonna meet MDF and play appropriately. They're just
Okay.
gonna play it perfect, right? They're just gonna know what portion. They're not gonna make a mistake and call too wide or fold too tight.
That's the
Bad
that's the
players
purpose.
are.
That's the purpose of squeezing, is to try to get people out, right? So yeah,
No,
what you said
yeah.
makes sense. You said makes sense.
I mean, we got
Um,
2 players here. If I see one guy likes to open a lot, the other guy likes to just call a lot, then that's like a primo squeeze.
Who was doing this? Was this Pucks doing this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing here, buddy? You going 3-bet,
25,
quarter again?
6.2. Yep.
Oh!
Oh, check.
No.
Wow.
Ugh.
I would think,
not
I
get-
guess 10s are in their range.
And we're blocking King 10, Queen 10, some freak.
Yeah.
It's so, but they only really have King 10, Queen 10 suited, right? So I don't think it's as much as their 10. That is bizarre. I would actually just see bet this as well. So I would have
guess
got
we
this
need a
wrong with you,
spade.
brother.
That's why.
We won. That is why even the solver is going to fold. Dude, I don't get it. I would have seen that there 100%.
Check almost.
It's a range check?
No. That's the end of the gun.
Oh, okay. Small blind. Huh?
It's like the one combo. King, queen suited, king, queen.
We didn't have heart or spade. We didn't have heart or spade. That's why we're just unblocking. No, we had the king of heart diamond is a check.
Did we have a heart?
Spade heart.
No, I don't know. We didn't have a spade. I know that.
We had diamond club. Yeah, we didn't.
No
have-
hearts, no spades.
And they can only have one they only have king 10, queen 10 of diamonds, right? Because everything else is blocked, right?
Yeah, for the 10s. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Like ace 10 as well.
Right, so they have like less even though we're blocking it, they have like
None.
blocking less combinations. So they have a lot more other stuff.
Yeah. So that's an interesting one. I would say a strategic, if you're using the solver for these kind of spots, just know damn well in game, C betting is going to outperform and realize that your opponents are probably going to overfold in some respects. And then you're going to have opponents that overcall, and you should be careful of like the kind of just textures. These paired board textures are just going to get overfolded versus population. Like it doesn't matter if you have a spade here. Nah, I mean it does. They want you to. It prefers you to have a spade for betting. King queen with the spade was 100% betting. So,
Okay.
yeah, one more. Yeah, let's do one more and then we'll look at it. You know what
10-3.
these queens. 10-3. Can we jam this? Is that too
Good to
much?
jam.
Too good to jam.
No.
25% of the
25%,
time. 25%. 10-3, yep. Never calling or anything like that. Quarter of the time you can be in there and you keep getting flatted, sir.
And I'm gonna keep betting quarter pot.
Yep.
3-bet, C-bet. Now that's actually smaller.
Yeah, this is something you see in a solver sometimes. It even likes to go 10, which
Just
is
getting the air to fold.
you don't
When
mind
get
if he
called-
called. Now what?
Now I think we can check, especially with the queen of spades.
Cap your range and go 10%.
I can check call.
All right, I think we go something one of these again. It's going to mix between these is what I've been kind of seeing. So he wants to check call with the spade. The problem with check calling is he can put the price something that hurts really bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, yeah, you use these sometimes. Like, yeah, I mean, after playing with the solver the past few days a lot in these kind of 3-bet spots and getting to turns and rivers, it really likes to follow through even when you don't necessarily have the nuts. Like,
And follow through small twice was interesting instead of barreling big.
quarter,
Seen that,
10,
yep.
10 quarter, 10. Like, I think I had a conversation with Justin about this when I was a few months ago, and he says even live players play extremely poorly versus the small bets. In 3-bet pots like this, he says people just spaz out and make massive mistakes.
Yeah, and what I was gonna say is when we bet small on the flop, we keep them super wide. So their range isn't just like aces and flush draws. They have jack X.
Dude, yeah, I mean, you essentially get them the entire range to continue for 10%, right? Which is nice. Whereas if you use big bet or if you check your range is capped when you use bigger bets and you check your range is capped, but if you continue, you keep uncapped and you keep their range wider, right?
Yeah.
So there's
You guys
that
were-
concept.
You guys already know what I'm doing here.
What do you do? Wait a minute. What are you doing here, Pucks? I'm sorry. If you already said I missed it.
No, so we checked, they checked.
Yes, sir. No, we didn't. We bet wait a minute. Turn.
Check. Yeah.
Yeah, check. Yep. Blocking or getting to showdown. Interesting when the ace pairs.
Can we get value from jacks? I think I check.
Ooh, anybody gonna bet second pair after he caps turn? Tell I'm looking at you, by the way.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna block them.
Yes.
Blocker.
I don't know if that's
check
13 or
catch and
3-point
check
call.
I guess.
I'm not sure. I think blocker makes some sense with second pair after he check and caps turn. Do we want to just check, call it off? It feels strong enough to just be a bluff catcher as well. It's a handy.
100%.
No, it's right
Just a
there.
bust
At
up.
0.1.
I wonder if we
No,
bet
I'm
with-
sorry. It's not 100. It's 99.9.
I wonder if we borrow without a spade. I wonder if we block bet without a spade.
I bet we do. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep. Let's look at this. And kind of gather what we can from the post.
What if he bombs the river?
Oh, wait a minute. We never even looked at our squeeze range. Have we once? No, yeah, we did look at this range because it was this. We've looked at this range multiple times. Yep. So we're good there. So we get back to the flop. C-bet frequencies. So 42, 90% of the time. 92% of the time, you are using a bet smaller, 20 quarter pot and smaller bet in this spot. And you know what I see in game? People auto 33% button. And they don't think it's a big deal to make a mistake like that. You know, it is. So just get your button game right here. You need quarter pot or smaller and get used to going 10%. It will feel unnatural. So we go 6-2. They call. It's their calling range. Now this is the spot on the turn. Or Kev, did you want to see what our size was with the queens? If
I
we
was
had a
curious
spade?
on the river if we use a block bet without a spade.
Cool. How about like on a turn with a spade matter for our sizing?
Funny how
We
don't
have
shove the-
significantly more equity with the queen of spades than without it. Holy shit.
why don't we ever shove the river? I guess cut off the range so
Look
wide.
how much more equity. I mean, you don't get called by worse, that's why.
Okay.
Then your hand's probably they're probably gonna need to turn some hands into a bluff to win. And they can bet worse hands for value. And if
When
they
jam-
actually have a bet, if they have a value hand that beats you, you're just crushed,
When you
right?
jam, you only get called by an ace and spades.
Yeah, like you jam, hell no. You don't get called by the jack anymore. So yeah, go check. River. What does it like to bet? It never uses the 10%, but what does it block with? Kings. It likes to go small with quad aces. Just to induce because they're so dead. The ace. Everything else is king 10.
Interesting, there's almost no jams.
That's a
It's all
spade.
small.
No, it's not spade. Yeah, no, it's like nothing. You can't be polar in a spot. Both ranges are too. You don't want to go too big because you probably can't get called by worse, right? It really doesn't make a lot of sense. So what if we do bet this? Do they? Wow, they have some ace X in their range, and they get completely disgusting nasty with just jamming on you with some of these.
How can I start learning how to jam under pairs, middle pairs better? I mean,
Well,
studying
you
the
find a
ranges?
spot where when your opponent caps the
When-
range,
Cap turn.
or they use some small block bet and you're blocking some spades.
For
You just want to go
example,
crazy.
you bet and they just call the turn or they just check the turn.
There
No,
is
when
no
it goes
turn.
check on the turn here, they don't have a flush anymore. They don't have really any ace X, and so now, and you can get a jack and a 9 and pocket 10s to pocket 8s, things like that to fold. So you turn your small players into a bluff. You'll see that a lot on Broadway boards too when things cap on like 10 jack queen. If you have pocket 5s, it just loses its mind on turn and river.
Okay.
You have no showdown. They don't have the nuts because they're capped.
Why is it doing this? This shit's busted. Oh, I gotta restart this. I see. This tries shallower. So that's 60. We go 25. Do we still get to say, how about 20? Do we still get to play kind of like a loose range like this? So under gun raise 2, and then the button will still have a calling range. And then it gets to us in a small line. Significantly shorter. And this is more like the poker we all know and love, where we have no real playability, maneuverability, and half the tournament is under 20 bigs. So here we go. Larry, welcome back, sir.
Hello.
Welcome back. You're back in the ring. I think you're good
I
now.
gotta- Deep breath. I gotta get over the jitters.
The pregame jitters. Yeah, let's get them out of our system.
So, undergone 20 big blinds under the gun, but here we are, king, queen, blockers.
Yep.
think this is a call.
Ooh, calls.
I'm yeeting it,
You're in there, Cap?
ripping it.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Versus under the gun as well.
God, I'm so conflicted.
Cameron's folding. More so
Don't give
folding.
me-
You remember at the deeper stack depth, it was folding 50% of the time at 60 big blinds versus this exact same configuration.
So
Is
one
this going to
thing-
be a jam?
I think here is that we're now lower, even at chip EV, we're at lower stack depth. So I think our blockers become more important.
Block
I'm-
kings, queens.
You know
ace
what?
king,
I'm
ace
glad you gave me a
queen.
reason, and I think it's valid. I mean, it's nice that you at least have a reason. Is he right?
Dead money in the pot. Oh,
Dead.
man.
Stone dead. Stone dead. Only calling. And yes, our blockers may become more relevant, but he is going to have a tight ass range. And when you're called, you're just absolutely just
It's actually a
stone
huge
dead.
punt.
You are just dead when you're called.
We don't want to, and when we're deeper, we don't want to get in with top pair for like anything over 20, it's not king, queen.
Well, it
off
likes
isn't
to,
that great.
it does like to get it in with top pair when we actually make the pair.
No, I mean,
You
if
know.
we're deeper stacked, that's why there's a lot
Oh.
more folds. But here it doesn't, here, if
Yes.
we get top pair at 20 effective, it's like, it's great.
Yeah, we're just going with it.
Very good point. Thank you. Yep, you're right. Exactly.
Is button flatting premium hands here in like marginal hands?
And this is precisely what's going to happen in real life. Like,
Come on, I blocked.
this is, well, you suck out on it.
Blockers aren't real.
Some of you guys just have nice lives and just suck out on this stuff, but
No, that was bad. It was a big punt. I said it. I saw it.
that happens. How about here? Who was Larry? Got a couple more
Yeah,
of these. Too easy.
So, got a lot of equity. Got the wheel, got the flush. I think this is a flat.
All right, he's flatting. Anybody doing anything outside of flatting?
What? I don't know. I, I would like to jam, but you can't jam against UGG.
I would like to fold.
I think
I
it,
wonder if there's some fold in here with the ace three, ace two.
I think it mixes call and fold, mostly fold. I don't know.
I love it.
Not
See,
sure.
this is why it's a good spot, and I'm glad we're doing this exercise today because I just heard a lot of different answers, right? And I've been hearing people kind of sway on different opinions on spots all day. I think this could be a fold. Maybe ace deuce, ace three might fold, right? But flush mining and calling is certainly reasonable. Maybe we need ace four, ace five plus, and then these ones fold. I'm actually unsure at 20 here myself, but
Might be. Right.
we said we're going to be pipping and calling because Larry's a boss. So let's see. He's a boss. Need to be calling all your suited aces. If this is in there, ace deuce can't be. If this is 100%, like ace deuce might be like just 0 EV and fine. All right, we're dead.
So you could fold ace deuce.
Ooh. Is this jam time, Larry? Or are we shallow enough to jam, or are we just calling? You know you're never folding.
No, never folding. I don't think this is an attractive a flat because we don't have the ace. So I think we now jam it.
Man, we've been jamming this all day in this spot. How is this not an all in again?
Yeah, this is a shove.
Feels like it, doesn't it? Anybody doing something different? It feels like all in.
I'm
This
ripping.
is a shove I missed a lot, but this is a shove.
50-50. You actually can't make a mistake here. This is nice. Okay, good. I was actually unsure. 50-50 makes perfect sense. We win that flip every time. How about this one?
This is I get this part of our range is unpleasant to work with. I don't think we get to flat it. I think this is kind of a bluff jam.
A guilt jam? Is that what you said?
I think this is a jam. I think it's a shove.
Oh, okay, yep. We obviously when you take out the fold option, we're doing one of these.
I'm calling.
Kev's calling. Feel like I want to call as well. Man. All right,
I think he
Larry.
misses, but I shove this.
Larry is a boss now. He is revived. He griefed it earlier and look at him.
Oh yeah, all my jitters are gone now, man. I'm
He's
ready to
gone now. Look at you. This guy out here playing like
Playing
an
all the
in
money.
boss.
Keeps running into it though. That sucks.
vote. I mean,
How about this? Do you even flick here to try to hit a set at 20? Or you just get
So-
the hell out of here?
this is always interesting. I call here a lot because I do think you get in quad odds with two people in the hand. And then what's the rule? 20 to 1. I think you get to 20 to 1 if you have two people in. So I flat here and set mine.
Dude, so do I. I'm not sure. It's like in the small blind, I'm already getting under 20. It's like, man, if you just hit, it's easy to play. Let's see if we're both wrong. Because I would call here too. All right, we're not wrong. Thank God. I don't know. Like I just would think we get to flat all of our play all of our pairs in this spot. Let's just say that pip them. All right, here's our range. Damn.
Yeah, I think when you have two people in the hand, you get the implied odds to set one.
Yep.
Ace
And
two
then the
mixes
big ones,
folds.
Ace two does the mix the folds there, and then we were right at 0 EV. Jamming ace five at full frequency this
Jack
time.
10, queen 10 kind of surprised me a bit.
Man, the ace
And
eight
ace
suited
eight,
feels
yeah.
really just dirty, man. Ugh. It feels like I've just punted it when I do it, but
King Jack's even mixing.
I'm surprised with that. I'm usually out of there with King Jack.
I'd rather rip King Jack and less King 10 or Queen 10 for personally. Like I'm not
Then the
finding
ace eight?
10s. Yeah.
You're not finding these tens? Yeah, these tens are good. I'm green tagger for Beats for having a cat. He's married though, so you know he always claims it's half his wife's cat or something like that, even though it's his cat. You know how it goes.
Cats are fine. Dogs, cats.
I see
are
it.
good.
5-4 has 0 and then 6-5 has 1-5.
What
is
if
that?
you have a cat the size of a dog?
Can you fold 5-4
Hey,
there?
some of them big cats are cool as shit, ain't they?
Ace 10.
My cat's fucking huge. He's Jared size for sure.
Do a couple more of these so it's burned into our brains. Yep. Larry, peer rip. He said so and still gets called by worse. And one thing I think we're not looking at is this small blind, this button flatting range versus that. So let's make sure when under the gun opens and we're seeing all this flatting, what the hell is the button flatting with? What does this range look like?
Well, we could study that.
Look
We
at
could
this.
put ourselves
Yeah, I
in
know.
that
We're
spot.
doing this. We are putting, oh, I see what you're saying. We can just move ourselves, but, and then we might face some squeezes. Yeah, that's good.
That would be, that's even harder, right?
Sorta. Yeah. Let's do this. Let me think about this because I want to change hero.
Is there, I mean,
I don't know if there's a way to do that.
Yeah, you know what I'm
you could
saying. Yeah,
basically, you
Go
could
to
basically set it up to
modes.
where we're in
We're on a
the
button.
button and
Yes,
then the
facing the
small
racing.
blind squeezes and then what our response is to it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But yeah, you couldn't set it up to where like
You can't
once
make them
we
jam.
flat, you can't then make them jam unless you set it up as them jamming. So
Yeah, it
like,
has
you
to
set it
come.
for us. Yeah, so if you flat us here and then that, and then it's basically
So we
what is
have to
our
come back
response
like
to
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has to be like come here,
So
and then it has to be we're not fold. It has to just come to the button like this, and then we're playing this range
Yeah,
of
so
hands on the
we
button.
would have to put ourselves in the button and
Yep.
then yeah.
Yeah.
We can't force ourselves to call.
Well, we can force ourselves to call and then force the small blind to jam and then
squeeze.
UTG
One
to
thing-
fold. But
Yeah. One thing we can do is just like reverse engineer and like place the range we know we're going to be playing here, what hands we're dealt, and then the action behind versus. Oh, it's a reasonable spot because we are going to get squeezed like in this spot. Did I just fucking grief it and not click it? Damn it. I can just do this in the button.
so there's yeah, button call and then put small blind as a squeeze.
All in.
How does Beats know all this?
No, we all mess with this.
And then
it gets
under the
back
gun
to,
fold.
Yeah, and then it gets back to button like this.
And then it's yeah, now hit start training, and then that'll put us in that spot
Can we
Yeah,
look at our
Where,
calling
what are
range?
we
Where-
calling off?
Yeah, so are we calling off pretty much? So under the gun, are we calling off? Are we flat it? Are we calling off? We'll get a bunch of these like this.
Can we just look at our flatting range first? Just what our calling range
No,
is?
because I don't want to cheat because it'll tell you what you're supposed to call with immediately. So you're
And
just
as
gonna have
far
to.
as-
face-
No, I don't want to see what our calling range is versus the squeeze. I want to see what our calling range is versus the open. Can we see that or no?
I was gonna say, as
Without-
far as
without
why I know this, I
spoiling.
play in this every day, so.
Yeah, me too.
So this is our calling range, basically.
Yep. I mean, this is why, I mean, this shows what the, oh, I see what you mean. It's not gonna show what we're supposed to call off once that happens. That's fine.
Gives a pretty big hint though, the jamming range.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's why I didn't wanna, yeah, but it's okay. But yeah, we're gonna fold this. We'll just do a couple of these and then I'll just call somebody when I think it's a close one. Calling it off. Beats, calling this off,
yes.
mostly calling it off.
Holy shit, there were some folds.
There's
14%.
some
Hell
folds.
yeah.
It's insane. Crazy town.
This feels like an easy fold. 9, 10. Not enough after you put in. You're not gonna overcall, call off. A pair to a squeeze after you've called off. Paul Hernandez, you calling this off? This one. Yes or no?
Let me think here, a few seconds.
Yep. This is a global time bank, by the way.
Oh,
Ah,
you're
damn
out of
it.
time already.
Ah, man, I think Solver wants to call on some sixes plus, maybe sevens plus.
What do
and
you
start
wanna
folding
do?
fives. I call, man. I'm gonna call, yeah, fives.
I don't
call.
think we can fold a pair.
No, I think. you
Fives
need
and under, I
to-
think, are a
Yeah.
fold.
Oh,
It is. So fives and under are
sixes
fold, so I was right.
plus.
Yes, I was right. It's crazy.
You said call, didn't you?
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
as I call,
Oh,
I
here
was
he
thinking
is.
what Solver thinks.
All right, so in this spot, since we've
I was
already
calling
kind of
queen
cheat
10,
sheeted
king
it.
10, queen
Six and fives
jack,
are like the
king,
same.
queen,
Fives and
we-
sixes are like the same.
ace 10 suited pure, I'm calling. I'm way over calling. Oh my god.
I mean, is that okay in game to like call fives, sixes, sevens, eights, and fold fours and twos and threes?
Where you're not gonna have. No, I mean, I think this is just it, right? I mean, you wanna play as, I don't wanna tell you to start making mistakes and then
Yeah.
get blamed. You know what I'm saying? Do this,
Yeah.
trust this. But I mean,
Well,
yeah, in
just-
game, it's people, and I would even argue in like in game, people's squeeze ranges in this are just going to be significantly tighter. They're not gonna have some of the queen jacks and the king 10, the queen 10, the jack 10. See, people don't study. Okay. So in game, those are full frequency flats for the population. This spot
And-
right here, like, dude, population. Wait a minute. This
See how-
shit is flatted. You hear me? This ace 9 is never ever jammed. King 10, queen 10, king jack, king queen calls. They want to see a flop. So just take that into consideration. Their range is going to be a bit stronger when they actually are all in. That's all.
Ace 8, flat, ace 5, people tend to
Dude.
find that one,
Yeah,
but
ace 5 because they've heard it or seen somebody. do it
yeah,
before,
yeah,
like,
you've
cool,
you've
but
heard
ace
that
8,
one enough, but yeah, the rest of
Ace
this,
3,
the
this
suited broadways, nope.
Nope. Ace Jack might. I mean, people are going to put it in there with Ace Jack more than they call, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some call Ace 10. Yep. You know,
Well, if you do want to bluff
they're
stuff,
not
ace
going to call
five
this
is,
stuff.
ace five is in there.
Yep.
Everything.
Guys, it's
Yeah.
about 2:00. I need to eat food. My stomach is just like killing me. I've been fighting it for like 30 minutes.
Okay.
They've been going for like 2 hours. But the good news is I'm gonna spoil a couple things here in the announcements because you guys are my boys and we do this every week. Tomorrow we have
Oh shit.
yeah, tomorrow is the big
Oh
day.
shit.
We got Justin Saliba. I've been working on getting this man in the AMA for fucking months. And we finally got him. So Justin's gonna be hanging out with us tomorrow. And then next Wednesday, we're going to have JL.
The boss
Wednesday,
man.
8 p.m. Boss man's coming in to hang out with us on the AMA streets as well. So stay tuned for those. And then we've been throwing around an idea. I don't know if I spoil it because I think it has to happen, Tell. I think we're just going to make it happen with either with ourselves or somebody else.
Oh shit, you're gonna make that announcement now?
No, I was just thinking, no, I'm not. Okay. I'm going to make it happen though.
We're with an asterisk, we're thinking about starting up another study group, right? Is that what you're going?
Yes. Another
Okay.
day to be completely different for cash game guys.
With an
Okay.
asterisk.
Yes, a cash game study group.
Yes.
Yeah,
You-
so
make it
did you
polka
see
dots.
my message? Did you see my Discord message to you?
I did, but I was 100
I
tabling.
don't
when you
figure
sent
you
it.
were multi-tabling in that. But
Yeah. So thinking
I could
about
probably
that.
make that happen if you want.
Yeah, that's an excellent
Beats-
idea. I like it.
Beats
Yeah,
is
because
friends
there's
with
not enough. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I mean,
Beats is
cut you off,
friends
though.
with what's his face? Matt Tribbett.
And
Or
Yeah,
Michael
Tribbett.
Tribbett. Michael Tribbett.
Oh no,
And
Michael
he's-
Tribbett as well.
He's
yeah.
transitioned to live cash now, so he's not doing mixed games anymore.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, have somebody in here every day, unpaid, running study groups for PC. Well, you know, it'd be a lot of strings to pull, a lot to go through there. But me, myself, in the community we can easily implement it and make it happen. And that's something, you know, I'm not a cash game player. I don't think I can let the community down, but I think we have the resources, the knowledge, and the base to at least get a group of hungry people together to want to study it and get better that way. And I have the, you know, the resources to make that happen. So I think that's something we're going to explore moving forward, by the way.
Yeah, the cool thing about the Justin AMA too is that Sixes and I were, I think, the first study group Justin ever had. So we know him very personally, so it'll be really fun to talk to him and bring up a bunch of different stuff about his journey and all that stuff.
But outside of that, is there any questions? I don't want to just rush out of here. We've been going for 2 hours, but you know, you guys are my boys. If you guys have any questions, any suggestions on topics, Larry, thank you again because the suggestion helped, and I think it helped all of us today as well.
I think I did have one. Hold on. I forget what it was, but I wrote it down.
Now take your time.
Let me see. Blah, blah, blah.
I mean, I have an idea of what I want to work on next week, kind of as well. Anything?
A second.
No.
Are we gonna return to the Agriforce, or do you think we've
Yeah, no, we're 100%. Dude, ain't no way we cycling through all them damn ag reports. There's
I
thousands.
had him every week.
Yeah, there's so many ag reports and spots. So we're always, but you know, I want this group to be like the Luis's group. They got guys in there winning, you know, huge 5 big scores and crushing it. I want you guys to have that same kind of success. A lot of you guys are in that group as well. And I just want to provide a lot of value from you guys because I know from doing this and going hard, I've been seeing results.
Yeah, it's a
and I
good
hope
group,
you guys do as
but
well.
some groups are a little bit organized. You know, I used to go there, but I mean, a more cash tournament. I come here because it's fun. You know, I don't really do tournaments, but it's nice to know it's fun being here. With that being said, you know, my 2 cents is I would like groups to be a little bit more organized. Maybe we could go from instead of random, you know, go from small blind, big blind, and on the, you know, topic base, and also stop for a second for everybody to write notes and share notes on the screen. You know, things like that. I don't know. I mean, I'm not an instructor, but it's just my 2 cents.
No, and I appreciate that. And I think jumping through subject, it's kind of delicate to kind of stay on course with specifically working our way around a tree or situations. I try to keep it fresh and mix up the topics. The thing with keeping notes on screens regarding specific topics that we've covered or concepts that make sense that we've kind of nailed is a good idea. It's something I've kind of worked on, but I find myself getting sidetracked through all the conversation and having a hard time because I want everybody to have a voice and be able to speak their thought processes out loud to get better. And I want to hear how you guys are thinking about the game so we can improve on those incorrect fallacies, right?
Yeah,
Another thought on that point, and to answer Cameron's question, is all these study groups and the Luis Philippe study groups every week are recorded. And so we post the link in the study groups ring, usually the same day or the next day, so you can go back and watch it. And then you can go back and really dive in without any distractions, pause it when you need to, take any notes. And then you can always ask questions on any of the videos, just post a timestamp of what happened in the video and why you have a question. And someone will get to it for sure.
That's a great idea. Yeah, replaying the video and going back.
Yeah, but just remember, this is only a few months old. This is practically in its infancy, and we'll be doing this indefinitely in improving, trying to get better. As I get better, you guys get better. The resources get better. The tools get better, and I'm open to suggestions. I'm not stubborn. I'm pretty approachable, and love the game. So anything I can do to help you guys get better, let me know.
So,
And if you want to do that privately, you can do that there as well.
The one suggestion I had,
Yep.
so it's really for the website is, so after you post the webinars, there's room for questions underneath. And since a lot of people can't watch them live, they'll watch it, then they'll ask a question, but no one ever responds. So I thought it might be a good idea if a coach could go in there, like maybe the first couple weeks, over the first couple weeks after the new webinars posted, and maybe respond to some questions. And then like also like then have like a notification. So if there is like, we don't know if anyone posts a question or responds to a question. There's no notification function like an email to us if that happened.
That's
So
a
I thought that
fair
might be a good
request.
function.
That's a fair request. Yeah, I didn't even. Yeah, that's a good point, man.
I'll throw that out to support for you.
Because
Yeah, I mean, I
then
wrote
you're
it
at a
in the-
point where I have to
I-
keep going back and forth and checking the video to see if there's been a response. Like, yeah, it's not practical.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote it in the suggestions, like the 25th, so like not that long ago. If you can see the question in there, no one else, I don't know if anyone saw it or not, but
Right.
I thought it was, I mean, because I go in there once in a while, I see the questions, I'm like, oh, it'd be cool if someone actually could answer. Because because all the different time zones, you have everyone all around the world on here, so obviously it's not practical for people to see all the webinars, and they're generally around the same times.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. And I mean, I'm sure they can do something to implement, but I don't know what kind of notification you can add on the video once someone leaves text. in
No, it's
there.
on the video, like under the video,
Yeah.
there's a question.
sure.
Form. So like if
Yeah.
someone writes a question, you can either click.
But
the
for
button
somebody
get
to
alerted.
know, I know, I get it. I mean,
Yeah.
I've definitely seen the videos. I'm just trying to think how would someone outside of them checking it themselves every time be notified when there's actually a question, if they don't go back and check it. So it's a constant system of somebody needing to spend time checking for questions. But they leave it there for a question, so they need to be answered.
Right.
So we got
Yeah, I
you.
mean, I wouldn't expect the coaches to constantly go back and look all the time, but maybe like put it up there, come back a week or 2 weeks
Yep.
later, and then respond to the questions, and then be done with it. Let people know there's a window to ask questions, right? And then once
Right.
that window's closed, it's done with.
Fair enough. I think that's good.
Can I ask
did-
you guys a quick question?
yes.
And then we'll call it a day. I know it's getting long.
No, it's cool, man.
I'm kind of curious. Do you guys have a feel? And you guys don't have to follow up on this. I'm just curious. Do you have a feel on whether Mr. Little is tired of putting money into the GTO Preflop app? Because it's got some issues, and I put those issues in the Discord and no one responded. And again, you guys don't have to follow up. I'm just curious if he's kind of over it.
I don't think he's over it as much as technical issues like that probably take a reasonable amount of time. I mean, JL's probably going to pass that down to another guy who actually has to do something and do his job. I don't think it's as much as JL punting it as JL has a million things on his plate regarding the site, coaches, signing new coaches, new content, his other projects, and probably delegating that to someone who's not actually either doing their job or doing it quick enough is what I would assume, because I know they want to stay on top of that kind of stuff if they can, because it's a resource a lot of people depend on and use for sure.
That's fair enough. I just remember him.
But I haven't heard nothing behind the scenes gives me any kind of indication that they're trying to segue out of it or move away from it or anything like that. No, I mean, I know he still talks about it as a resource in some of his videos and such.
I have a question about employment playing poker. Does anybody know here in which city, which state, people might hire prop players? I'm not sure if that's a thing so much nowadays. I know before it was, where poker rooms hire prop players to play in games, and then you have your own bankroll, so you're like a prop player.
No
I don't think
idea.
that happens nearly as much, especially to people who aren't like content creators.
Yeah, you gotta be able to provide some value to bring people into the room outside of just
Okay.
being able to sit at the table. They're probably gonna want, content creators who can bring in a crowd. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and typically, like even back when they used to do that more, it was usually rooms that struggle to get a consistent volume, and so that player is being used to either keep a game alive or start a new game. I had a room back in the day that wanted me to do that, but they were always like their prop players were always getting thrown into like shit games. So I was like, nope.
Yeah.
I mean,
Was there any
use-
other? Oh, go
I
ahead.
use the GTO ranges every day. I don't really, I mean, there is a couple spots that seem buggy, but not like overall. I mean, it's like 99% like issue free for me anyway.
Yeah, thanks, Cap. I appreciate you saying that. I might have to just reinstall it, but on occasion I'll have spots just drop out.
What
I
are you
think-
using it on your phone, on your desktop? You use a Mac?
So
That's probably the phone shit is can probably be kind of tough, man. Honestly,
Yeah, I'm on desktop. I think there might
the
be a
desktop
couple-
is good for me as well. That's why I'm like, I don't know.
I think there might be an issue or two with blind versus blind in a couple different spots, but I'm not
100%.
positive.
Did anybody else have any questions or anything? Because we're gonna get to hang out tomorrow at about this time, 3 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna be hanging out with Jason Liba, getting it in. So that'll be fun. But yeah, if no one has anything else, thank you guys again for being here. I'm definitely gonna take some of those suggestions that you guys had and try to make this better. I like the flow of it and the structure. It could be more organized, but I'm more of I get more value out of those like free flowing thoughts and hearing people's thought processes through situations and improving upon that. But yep, we'll do this again next week.
I think everyone here agrees with you that we're here every week. It's the same people.
Yeah, I love it.
Obviously, we like it, you know?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yep. And I want to provide as much fucking value as I humanly can so we can all be kicking it in Vegas together, partying. You feel me? So we will do that. And back tomorrow, guys.
Thanks.
Take care. Peace out.
Thanks for your time, guys.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Later,
Take
guys.
care. See ya.
Later.